The Vision of Luther in Hell by St. Mary Serafina Micheli of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. In the year 1883, Blessed St. Mary Serafina Micheli, founder of the Institute of the Brothers of the Angels, had a vision. She was passing through Eisleben, a city in Saxony and the birthplace of Martin Luther. That day marked the 4th centenary of Luther's birth, which occurred on November 10th, 1483. Luther, the great heretic, had divided Europe and the Church, sparking wars and unrest. In celebration of the occasion, the streets were adorned with decorations and flags hung from balconies. Blessed Serafina observed the commotion, but had no interest in the reason behind the festivities. Her sole desire was to find a church where she could pray and visit Jesus. Eventually, she came upon a church, only to find its doors closed. Undeterred, she knelt on the steps outside to offer her prayers. Unbeknownst to her, she was kneeling in front of a Protestant temple. As she prayed, her guardian angel appeared and said, "Rise, for this is a Protestant church." He then added, "I want you to see the place where Martin Luther is condemned and the punishment he endures for his pride." At that moment, Sister Serafina was granted a terrifying vision. She saw an immense abyss of fire, filled with countless tormented souls. In the depths of this infernal chasm, she recognized a man, Martin Luther, who stood out among the condemned. He was surrounded by demons who forced him to kneel. As he struggled in vain, the demons, armed with hammers, drove a large nail into his head. Witnessing this horrifying scene, Sister Serafina reflected that if those celebrating Luther's birth could see his eternal suffering, they would cease to pay him homage or commemorate his memory. From that moment on, whenever the opportunity arose, Sister Serafina reminded her fellow religious sisters of the importance of humility and self-abandonment. She remained deeply convinced that Martin Luther was condemned to hell, primarily for the sin of pride, the root of his rebellion against the Catholic Church. His arrogance led him into mortal sin and open defiance of the Church, deceiving and leading countless souls into spiritual ruin. Additionally, Saint Padre Pio affirmed that Luther was damned. He warned that those who believe they can communicate directly with God, as Luther claimed, without heeding the teachings of the Catholic Church, are also on the path to damnation. Remember, there is only one true church, the Catholic Church, which Christ founded upon Peter. "You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." Matthew 16:18. May God bless you. Amen.